This is Corey Boudelier, Executive Director of IndependentFilm.com, here at the Film Industry Mixer in Hartford. Our guest today is Ann Nyberg, who's been a host of Connecticut television for a very, very long time.
Decades.
Who's seen for decades, and it's a real honor for me to be able to have this opportunity to interview here in Hartford tonight. And just remind us, Ann, how long have you been with Network News?
Well, you know what? I'll tell people anything. I'm an open book. I've been in Connecticut almost 25 years. Before that, I was on the air in Oklahoma City, and I started my career in Indiana. Born in a Quonset hut in San Angelo, Texas, on an Air Force base. What else do you want to know?
Well, how did you make your? I mean, it seems to me, you know, when you're trying to make a career in broadcast television, that you do sort of bounce around until you find a nice place where you can call home.
Right.
How did you find Connecticut, and why did you decide to settle here?
You know, it kind of found me. As a kid out of Purdue University, I thought if I could make it to a top 20 market and park it and have kids and a husband and a settled life, that I would have made it.
Now, is Connecticut considered a top 20 market?
You know, because of losing population, it used to be, but it's about 25, 28 now. It ties with Indianapolis, which I'm from Indiana. But so I've been able to set down roots here and have been very happy. I have 3 daughters, 3 grown daughters, and a lab, Savannah Jane, whom you've met, I think, and a husband, and it's been great. And I've been able to have roots here in the state of Connecticut and get to know people and help people, and it's been great. You know, I knock on wood. It's been wonderful.
But you love Connecticut.
I do. I love everything about it, and I'm writing a blog that's everything about Connecticut. In the news business these days, it is changing just like everything else is changing. In the fall of 2008, something's happening. The economy's changing. It doesn't matter what you do, whether you're a banker or a gas station owner or a painter, an artist, whatever. Everybody's having to reinvent themselves, and so is television news. And with the advent of, you know, hundreds and hundreds of channels and everybody running around with a flip camera and shooting their own stuff, newsrooms across the country, including networks, are having to change too. And you'll see a lot of iReports asking folks to bring in content because newsrooms are not as filled up as they used to be.
Now, I covered the Nantucket Film Festival, and I noticed that change, you said, a couple of years ago.
Just in film.
Yeah, sure, even in film too. But you know, as news reporting, you know, I have a shoulder mount ENG style camera that I use because I like the lens and I can do all the zoom things. CNN was there with a flip cam. I mean, it's crazy. You think about how that change has happened. But specifically for news, it's not enough to just do your job anymore. I know there are other things that you're doing to sort of enhance your persona here in the state of Connecticut. What are some of the internet things that you're pioneering?
Well, let's just say that I'm type A and a nutcase. Okay, so let's just get that out there. I embraced social media 2 or 3 years ago because I saw the train coming, and you better hop online. And really, as far as television news is, we are hemorrhaging viewers, and it's not just our station, it's all stations. People are not getting home and watching television news per se. There's not a lot of appointment television anymore. So where are people? Where are the young people? Where are the seniors? Where are the middle-agers? Well, a lot of them are online now. So if they're online, you need to start interacting with people online. So about 9 months ago, a year ago, I decided that I would tweet and Facebook while I was live on the air at 6 and 10 o'clock. So that's what I do. You know, up my laptop goes, you know, I'm telling you what the news is, but at the same time I'm going, oh, look, you know, Sally Jones from Ellington is reporting a car accident. So then I get on the phone to the desk back in the newsroom in a commercial break and tell them you got breaking news somewhere else, and then, you know, back. So it's this multitasking thing going on. And at my age, it's sort of like, okay, well, I can do that too. And what has happened, I've embraced it so much that I'm one of the top 10 local news Twitterers in the country.
In the entire United States of America.
In the country, United States.
You're in the top 10 Twitterers.
Yeah, and so
that's amazing.
What does a good Twitterer do?
And that's by 2 categories, by the way. That's by the number of people following you and also the number of posts that you've done.
Correct.
You're top 10 in Twitter in the entire United States of America.
That is correct.
And that's great.
So what would I do? I would reach out to the other 9. Where are they? And that's what I did.
Yeah.
And one's in South Carolina and 2 are in Los Angeles. And so then
you.
the 10 of us have sort of hooked up together. And everybody's trying to figure out where news is going, just like any other business,
So what do you recommend other people do? So you're basically saying that what you've decided to embrace, besides your own personal website, is Facebook and Twitter, and that you're doing that during your while you're on the air.
Yeah, no, I'm
That's
doing
amazing.
that, and I'm running around and I'm blogging. I'm blogging about all things Connecticut. And then I have figured out that once you blog about these great people and places and things in the film industry, and then you put all of that up on Twitter and Facebook, and that gets shared. So eventually, you know, it's interesting that these social media networks, it's a very great community. If you are kind on Twitter and if you are kind on Facebook and you share and you help, that all comes back to you. And it's powerful. The grassroots is powerful. And I don't want to know from people who don't help each other. You know what? That's so over. You know, it shouldn't have started in the first place. So it's really fun. And speaking of film, there is a young man in Madison, Connecticut, who's working on a documentary on a football, program, Hand High School. So I interviewed him in my backyard yesterday with my kind of flip camera, and put that up on my blog and put it up on YouTube. Now he's getting hits all over the country, and he only has a trailer up, but it's really good, and he's only 23 years old. And so if I get to sort of help catapult him at this age, that jazzes me. So yeah, so I'm just sharing and helping, and that's what I do.
So, ladies and gentlemen, look for Ann Nyberg on Twitter. Look for Ann Nyberg on Facebook. She's very easy to find. Just keyword search, and it will come right up. Ann, thank you so much
Corey,
for joining us here at the Film Industry Mixer in Hartford.
Appreciate it.
And thank you very much.
Thank you.